In an undisclosed location, two people are being kept prisoner. The military guy begins speaking, expressing his apology to the professor. The professor rebukes this apology, saying that all of this happened because of him. The soldier starts thinking about the events that got him in this situation, expressing his anger at the informant who had betrayed them, saying that the enemy force was much larger than anticipated, and that they knew their route and attack timings perfectly. This was a trap from the very beginning. Some clanks happened beyond the door, and it shortly opens, one of the guards throwing another soldier into the holding cell, who we find out is named Sergeant Kim. The other soldier is visibly angry at seeing another soldier treated this way, and gets up to spout insults at their captor. The guard saying something in a language that we can't understand, and promptly bashes the soldier's head with an assault rifle. Kim asks the other soldier if he's okay, calling him lieutenant. The lieutenant says he's fine, and asks about the other troops, who Kim says that they were dragged off someplace else. More clanks happened outside the door, and again, it shortly opens after. One of the guards looking down at them, that's when he falls to the ground, knocked out by a person who was behind him, who asks if Lieutenant Kang Ham-chan is here. The lieutenant is surprised to hear Korean coming from this stranger's mouth, and asks who he is. The stranger says that he is here to rescue them, and they all begin following him. We see the results of this stranger's arrival, with multiple guards knocked out cold, Kang expressing his surprise. Kang then asks the stranger about his division, and how many people he is with. The stranger says that he cannot disclose this information, and that he is alone. Kang is again surprised by this, thinking that how could a single person do this? Stealthily, too. A door suddenly opens and a guard comes out, who is reaching for his gun after he saw them. Kang is prepared to open fire, but before he can do anything, the stranger sprints at the guards, and incapacitates the first one with 2 swift blows, and taking the other one out with a knife throw. The stranger talks with the soldiers, saying that they will increase their pace, and that he will take care of the enemies. Kang agrees, annoyed at the fact that he's basically treating them like baggage. The stranger moves swiftly, and quickly defeats any guards that try to stop him. Kang noticed that there will be multiple enemies beyond the next corner, and that the stranger will need help with this one. The stranger, however, keeps moving, and dashes in front of the guards, silently taking all of them out. Kang is shocked at his disregard for life, saying that he is a true monster, but he is too reckless, and it's clear that he's not from the military. They make it outside, and the stranger tells them to wait here for 1 minute. Kang is puzzled by this, but notice the other soldiers behind them, who are clearly out of breath, showing the stranger's ability to observe. Kang notices the stranger's black pupils, and his clumsy but overall good Korean. Kang asks if he is Korean, but the stranger doesn't respond, and waits a bit until saying that time is up, and they begin moving again. Kang wondering if he is correct. After a while they make it to a clearing, where the other soldiers who were captured are waiting for them. Both parties happy that they reunited. Kang asks what happened to them, and they say that the stranger also saved them, and told them to wait here. The stranger proclaims that this is where they part ways, and that if they go southwest there will be people waiting for them. Kang expresses his gratitude, but the stranger says there's no need for thanks, and that he simply carried out a request. Kang confirms his suspicion of him being a mercenary, and offers him a handshake, saying that even if it was a request, he would still like to give his thanks. The stranger looks at Kang's hand, and that's when an explosion comes out of the bushes, surprising them both. The stranger screams for everyone to get down, an explosion occurring right as he finished his sentence. Kang gets discombobulated by the explosion, but he manages to survive, saying that the explosion was from mortar rounds. He looks for his people and finds that they are safe, the explosion having missed them. Suddenly gunshots can be heard, and we see the stranger retaliating at the attackers. Kang is extremely surprised by his appearance, and rightly so, because the stranger looks just like a teenager, showing us that he is quite young. It cuts to 6 months later, and we see the outside of a school. Inside, a teacher is presenting a new student to a class, who is the stranger that helped the soldiers escape. While presenting himself, we finally get his name, Ijin.